Caitlin Clark, the only WNBA player receiving over 500,000 fan votes for the WNBA All-Star game. Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull, the Fever 4, sitting in the top 10 when it comes to WNBA fan voting for the All-Star game.
What happens when fan voting skyrockets from under 100,000 to over 515,000 for a single player? You get Caitlin Clark absolutely dominating the 2025 WNBA All-Star voting. But the real story isn't just Clark leading the pack. It's the Indiana Fever sending 4 players into the top 10, showing they run the show in their home city. Meanwhile, Angel Reese, who once declared fans watch the game for her too, is noticeably missing from the list. With the 2025 All-Star game happening in Indianapolis, the Fever just proved they own their house. If you're a Fever
Every chance the Indiana Fever fans, every chance Caitlin Clark fans, every time they have a chance to show up, they show out. Every time they have an opportunity to support, not only do they support, they go above and beyond when it comes to attendance, when it comes to viewership, when it comes to merchandise, and now clearly, as it's always been clear, the extracurricular activities, the add-ons, the plus ones, this would really help us. This would really help you. Say no more. Please, let's try to get these girls in the, this is what you want? Say no more. And the Indiana Fever fans did exactly that.
Vote and drop hashtag FeverFab4 in the comments. Let's go. Now let's rewind. Before Caitlin Clark came onto the scene, WNBA All-Star voting looked very different. Just 2 years ago, the league's biggest stars were battling for every single vote. The competition was fierce, and the numbers were tight. Every vote truly counted. Back in 2023, not a single WNBA player reached 100,000 fan votes. The entire voting process lived in a smaller bubble.
Caitlin Clark's leading, and we've got 4 Indiana Fever players in the top 10, which I think can be expected considering where it is that the game is being played. So I will give people a lot of credit. I think a lot of people, it looks like, voted based on basketball for the most part. And there's a supposed, people keep telling me, supposed second most popular player in the league that doesn't look like the second most popular player at all.
Of die-hard fans. Only 8 players even crossed the 50,000 vote mark. Respectable for the time, yes, but it shows just how much the landscape has changed. Fast forward to 2025. Caitlin Clark didn't just beat those numbers, she obliterated them. In the first round alone, she pulled in 515,993 votes, more than 5 times the top total from 2023. But it's not just about Clark.
Clark garnered 515,993 votes over the first week of fan voting. She's the only player to eclipse 500,000. Nafisi Collier, who is probably the leader of the MVP pack right now, is at 485,000. Aaliyah Boston is third, 447,000, as she should be.
Her presence sparked a league-wide surge. This year, 19 players crossed the 100,000 vote mark, a milestone nobody hit just 2 years ago. Women's basketball has never seen this level of engagement. Let's break down what this really means. Clark's 515,993 votes represent more than just popularity.
Nafisa Collier, number 2. Aaliyah Boston, number 3. Asia Wilson, number 4. Brianna Stewart, number 5. Paige, Kiki Iriafen, 2 rookies in the top 10. And we got Kelsey Mitchell, 7. Sabrina, 8. And Lexi Hull, 9. We got 2 rookies. We got 4 Fever players. We got 2 Liberty players. We got Nafisa Collier, a top 2 player in the league right now, arguably the best. And we got the Asia Wilson conglomerate continues to show up for their girl.
They show a cultural shift. These aren't one-click fans. These are passionate supporters. The kind of engagement Clark inspires usually takes years to build. She did it in less than 2 seasons. Compare her numbers to other major leagues, and it's clear, she's reached the level of stars in the NBA and NFL when it comes to all-star voting impact.
But not everybody's conglomerate is showing up for their girl. Not everybody's pieces are showing up for their girl. Not everybody's stands are showing up for their girl. Caitlin Clark, 500,000. Aaliyah Boston, like we said. When we start jumping out of the top 10, we got Kelsey Plum, okay. Satu Sabali, 2. And then we got Angel Reese at 13 when it comes to WNBA fan voting. Angel Reese and the Reese's Pieces continue to have more Twitter fingers than actual act.
Now consider this. Nafisa Collier is in second place with 484,758 votes, numbers that would have shattered records in any previous year. And now, they're only enough for second. Every player in the top 10 this year put up vote totals that would have led the pack just 2 years ago.
Second straight year that Clark has led the fan voting. She was second in early returns in fan voting in 2024, but jumped to first with around 700,000 total votes by the end of the period. So I'm wondering, are we going to see 1 million votes this time? Because I saw somebody earlier that said so far voting is actually way up versus exactly where we was at this time last year.
Clark's individual stats, 19.9 points and 8.7 assists per game, back up all the hype. This isn't just fame from her college days. She's performing at the highest level, and the viewership, attendance, and fanbase are following her every move. The league even had to upgrade its entire voting infrastructure to handle the explosion in participation. What worked for 50,000 votes now needed to scale to 500,000.
Caitlin Clark has 3 times the amount of votes. 3 times the amount of votes as Angel Reese. So, there you go. I suspect Sophie Cunningham's numbers are going to grow after what we've seen. Somebody said, I saw some things online about they sold $1 million worth of Sophie Cunningham jerseys, and something in the neighborhood of 12,000 all went out one day, or all got bought at one day, and it jacked up the Indiana Fever system, this, that, and the other. By the way, the Slows are pissed off about Sophie even being on this list.
Clark's All-Star voting numbers didn't just break records. They forced the WNBA to evolve. She's redefined what fan engagement looks like, and from now on, every future All-Star vote will be measured against this year. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Can one superstar elevate a whole team into All-Star territory? The answer is yes, and the Indiana Fever proved it. All-Star voting typically spreads out across big markets like Las Vegas, New York, and Seattle. Smaller market teams like Indiana are lucky to get 1 player in the top 10. 2 is rare. 4, unheard of. The big question was whether Clark's popularity would boost just her, or if her teammates would ride the wave too. When the full voting results dropped, it was clear, this wasn't just Clark's moment, it was Indiana's. If you're passionate about real basketball talk, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, leave a comment, and share with fellow fans, because your support keeps the game alive.